The first things, typically I do seated stuff first, and then we'll go to standing on the band. So the seated stuff, and have them sit toward the back of the chair, not too far up front in case the chair comes over the top, especially when they're doing abs. So what we're gonna do is we come out here. Now they're doing a little bit of obliques too, so we're working the abs, they're coming across the chest. We're doing 8 on each arm, so you're gonna count. You know, this is the right arm here. Then we're gonna go to 2, and we're gonna go all the way to 8, and we're gonna rest. All right, and then we do the same thing. Then chicken wings, like we did with the weights, and go out for the chest presses. So 8 of those, right? And then you're gonna come out, and you're gonna rest, and then you can come out here. So this isn't a lot of resistance here, but it's a good dynamic stretch. It's just enough to get a really good dynamic stretch. So we got those exercises that we've done. So I usually start out with the chest first because it's just, you know, pushing and things like that, the exercise. So I'm gonna go, and we've done these. So we started actually doing obliques, right? Started doing obliques. Now, think of this way. How am I gonna do, you can think of the bands, okay, why did I start sitting? Because I don't have a pole to wrap this around, but I have a chair. And I'm doing pushing exercises, and that's what I need on this one. And I'll do everything where these bands are pushing out. Like that. Okay, so now I did some obliques, so we're gonna do some abdominals, down and up. Take them over the shoulders, and we're going down and up. Breathe out as you come out. And up. You're gonna breathe out. Good. Up. Breathe out. So the abs, I probably would do a little bit more than 8. I probably would do like maybe 12, you know. And I probably would do like 3 sets of those. But you could do 2 sets of 16, you could do 2 sets of 12, it depends. You have to look at the crowd, see what the timing is as well. So now that we've done all these exercises where you're using the band at the back of the chair, we're gonna come up and unloop the band. Now we're gonna do exercises where we're gonna use the band. We're gonna do some shoulder exercises. So shoulder exercises are a little different, all right? So let's say you're gonna drop the band, and tell them drop the band, right? Take your other foot and stretch this over and step on it, right? So you're stepping on it with the middle of the foot. You're gonna take this up, and you're gonna come back and square your arm up and go up. So you're gonna be going 8 reps. Now you can do one of 2 things. You can have them rest for 15 seconds, do another set of 8. So because you're gonna be changing these back and forth. So that's what I would do. And then come over here and finish up with that. And you're coming up with the 8. You're smiling, good job, squeeze the muscle groups that you're working. Just think of what's working, breathe out against resistance, have a good time and all that stuff. Okay, so those are good. We can work some triceps as well with the bands. So triceps are a little different. Same type of setup, but instead of coming back like this, you're going up here and up and up. I would do that or this. So you come in more front and up. Whereas the other one, you're going squaring it out, going back and straight up. So remember, seniors have a tendency when they do presses to go up front because they don't have the shoulder mobility. And all you have to say is squeeze those shoulder blades back and push up, level with the ear, and up. And you can cue them, and over time they'll get it. They'll be getting better. So, and then come come back here, and the same thing. All right. The other thing, and you're gonna work mixed groups with this because we did some shoulder work. You can come over here and do same type of thing. Instead of going like this, you take it in this hand and you come up. Only shoulder high. You're gonna lift with this. You're not gonna throw your arm up. So all this is lifting, shoulder height, and it's you're gonna do 8 there. Come back here, right? So I just did that one. Okay. Come back here, and we'll go up this way. You can add that in too. So you got a little side lateral, a little bend in the elbow. Never having any joints stiff is no good. Little tiny bend, shoulder blades back and bending up. Now we're going to work the anterior delts. So anterior delts are a little different. Front. So we're going to take these, we're going to stretch them out, crisscross, right? And you can come up. So make sure your elbows are a little bit higher than the weights. You can only reach them chest high. You're pulling up, breathing out against resistance. 8, rest 15 seconds, 8 more. Good. All right. Okay, so this next one, I'm going to start with a little bit more back. Okay, so you're going to take these, take them out here. The further you have them gripped, the less resistance they have. So if they have them in here, they're going to have more resistance. There again, the elbow's a little bend, and you're going to pull. Just like that. Now, see, I'm working my back. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together. You want to get them to, on these exercises, to squeeze the shoulder blades whenever you're working shoulders or anything that we just worked, because that's so important, all right? Because they have a tendency to be around shoulders from a lot of different things. It's a postural distortions based on things they've done throughout their lives and when they walk. It's walking back, keep them back and walk and look straight ahead. Keep those shoulders back. So once you keep the shoulders back, you can't go like that. So you just squeeze them back. You have them stand against the wall and squeeze. Okay, keep them squeezed and walk. Look straight ahead. So you improve that posture over time. So that's why these exercises are so important for squeezing. The next thing I have them usually do for back is I have them bend over slightly, not much. You don't want to have them go any more than 45 degrees here. Head above heart, always for seniors, right? You don't want them down here like, you know, like us, you know, like you're up here, squeeze the shoulder blades together down. Little resistance, feet are about shoulder width apart, all right? Always make sure they have the band right underneath the midfoot there, right underneath the arch of the foot, whenever you're putting the band down. Okay, now, after you get that done, you can have them just go into rows. You know, 2 sets of those, 2 sets of 8 on those. And then basically, you're done with the bands. I don't think there's anything else I would do with the bands. So we go, okay, great. You know, sometimes I'll put the bands away, sometimes I'll wait till after class or whatever. Have some water, take a break. All right. Now, one of the fun parts of this is the ball, right? These little balls. This is a 9-inch isokinetics ball. All right, so I have this seniors work with the ball. So the first thing we'll do, and it doesn't matter, but I usually like to start seated because you're going to end up standing. I'll have them take their leg out, right? And they're going to, this is a proprioception. You're going to work the fingers. You're going to walk the ball down and walk it up. And walk it down. So we're going to do 8 basically on each side. Walk it down and walk it up. So I'm doing 4 just for the in the interest of time here, because this is a demo video. Then the heel goes in the ground, the toes up, and we're going down here. And up. And we're going to walk it down, right? And up. And we're walking it down and up. Okay, so then I say I have 8 on each side, a little rest, and then second set. Now what I have them do is, I'm going to take this here, I'm going to walk this across. Wow, right there, walk it across, right? So you're going to be doing, this will take a little time, they'll get, you know, go out. So you do 8 of those, rest, and then 8 more. Then we're going to work the adductor, magnus, and pectineus up here a little bit. I'm going to squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. You're going to do 8 of those, squeezing and releasing. Rest and then squeeze and release again. All right. I don't do anything where I wrap the band around and have them go out. This is sufficient right here. This is sufficient range of motion for them, the seniors. At that point, I'm going to come up and we're going to march it out. So we're going to march out with the ball here. And we take the ball out, out, and in, right? Marching, having a good time, right? And you're doing a little cardio now, right? All right. Yeah. Now, we're going to march. Now, we can do this. We can keep marching. And then we can go like this. Up, slow, figure 8s. 8s, 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 and then the other way. So we do, 6 or 8 each way. And then we're either marching or, it's better if you march. I'm going to take this around the back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back the other way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, I've had them speed it up and do different things with that. Okay, so we're out here. We've got a lot of stuff done with the ball, right? But we're gonna squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Do 8 of those, right? And go out and in again if you want. Something to relieve it, and then squeeze and release, right? We do that. Okay, so we're done squeezing and releasing. So now we can take it down. Take a little wider stance, right? I'm gonna come up and over. Right, big dynamic stretch here. And we're gonna go 8, let's say 8 each way, right? You can come back and up and over. And you don't have to do 2 sets with this, but you can. Just for memory, just to do 2 sets with everything. All right, and then we can start with this. We can take it wide and we can push. Now you have to release the ball right here and push. We can start doing, which we did with the dynamic stretches, we can start going into our stretches, right? And go back and forth, right? You can use the ball with the stretches, or we can say, okay, we started the stretches, now we'll come down. So I started with movements, working into stretches. Now I want to go to static stretches. So what I'm going to do is my feet are shoulder width apart, right? Or hip width apart rather. Take 1 foot forward as a step, 1 back, right? And you're going to press the hips forward. You're going to stand up nice and straight. Feel a little stretching the iliopsoas here, as well as the glute and the leg back there. Then you come back here. Feel that stretch. Boom. Good. Yeah. Then they're going to come out probably up to the 1 foot is going to come out even with the toes, the other foot, and you're going to place the heel even with the toes, the other foot. You're going to lift those toes up, scoot the hips back, straight leg, get a hamstring stretch, and you can actually get a little bit on the gastrocnemius, on the calf. Come back, and the same thing with this. Then all I would do is have them stitch wide, right? Here,